it's decoration time. Let me help you start this year correctly, guys. Quick little bite. What's up, fitness fans? Sean Taylor here for the Fusion Fit Life, and today we're actually going to be talking about the holiday Christmas cookie. Guess what? Me and Rock Solid, we've done it again. I'm telling you, Rock Solid has cracked the code for enjoying all of the festivities and the confectionery delights without it attacking our waistline. Stay tuned for the best Christmas cookie you've ever had. We're going to get started with the star of the show, and that is about 62 grams. That's a little bit more than a half a cup, but make sure you use your trusty scale, guys. 62 grams of cake batter, 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, a half a tablespoon of baking powder, a little pinch of salt. So now we're just going to sift those out. Like I said, guys, you always want to sift your ingredients. Just sift those things, make sure everything, that way everything just blends together. All right, so that's our dry ingredients. All right, so our next ingredients, we have about 1 stick of butter. 1 stick of butter, you want to make sure that the stick of butter is about room temperature, guys, because it's great, because the room temperature is going to really help give that cookie-like consistency. That way it doesn't get all crumbly and dry. So you want to definitely make sure you use organic, unsalted butter. We're also going to add 1 egg. Okay, this egg is, again, at room temperature. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a half a teaspoon of liquid stevia. And those are our wet ingredients, guys. All right, so then we're just gonna cream these up. All right, so this is all nice and creamy. You see that? So you want to make sure that that butter is nice and good. Let it sit out for a good long while just to get room temperature, because again, that creamy butter, creaming the butter is what's going to make that, give this that nice texture. That's what you want. All right, so now we're just going to combine the ingredients. We're just going to fold everything together right there until it's going to make us a nice dough. So now that we're done here, I'm actually going to pop this in the refrigerator for a few minutes and let this firm up. So while the dough is in the refrigerator firming up, we're just going to mix up our icing here. We're just going to do a basic icing. If you guys have watched the carrot cake episode, if you guys haven't, I'll put a link to that in the post description. But we're just going to do the exact same icing. We're just going to kind of drizzle our protein sugar cookies with just a little hint of icing. And we got a little bit of holiday decoration just to be a little fun. Guys, it's during the holidays, so we actually going to flex out our calories just a little bit, not too much, but the star of the show is still the Rock Solid cake batter. So it's going to be low carb no matter what we do, but we're going to get started with our icing. So we're just going to do about 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream, and then we're going to throw in right there, boom, 8 ounces right there. Set that aside. We're going to get a scoop of our star here. I tell you, this stuff is so versatile. All right, we're going to throw a little bit of that in here. All right, actually, you know what? I'm just going to put this in a bowl right here. All right, and then along with our wet ingredients, we have another teaspoon. We have a teaspoon of vanilla extract here. Bam. Right, and then just a splash of stevia. You know, about 1/8. There we go. Just a little bit, a couple of drops. I'm gonna switch places here. And get all of that yummy goodness out of there. I tell you, the one thing about the keto diet is that, I mean, you know where flavor is? Flavor is actually in fats, and and for years, sugar had actually done a number on fats. Well, we know that that is no longer the case. Right? That is no longer the case. It's not about the sugar. It's not that the fats are the enemy. Obviously, it's the sugar. Guys, you know your icing is excellent. When you see these peaks like this, you know your icing is perfectly done. Look at that. So now that this is all done, I'm actually going to put this in the piping bag because it's going to be so much easier to get on the cookies that way. Obviously, we're not going to use all of this. And actually, I didn't put the food coloring in here, but we'll do that next time. And our dough is pretty much firmed up. It's been sitting in there for, I don't know, I guess about 10-15 minutes. So now we're gonna go back in, we're gonna grab that, bring that out here. We're gonna roll that out, and then we're gonna pop that in the oven. I did actually use a little bit of all-purpose flour just to act as a barrier, not too much, just enough to act as a barrier on the rolling pin so that I can roll out my dough. And I have my tree maker right here. Just gonna make my little trees here. We have a little cookie right here. We're gonna finish up this whole dough, and I'm gonna show you the pan right before I pop it in the oven. All right, pop these in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Make sure you keep your eye on them. Don't open the door. Just keep your eye on them. Anywhere between 10 to 12 minutes, 325, and I'll be right back. It looks like our protein sugar cookies is nice and cooled off, and so guys, I'm gonna dab them with just a little bit of icing. I'm just gonna give them a nice little drizzle right here on the top there, and then I'm gonna put some nice little fun little treats on here. I got some red sprinkles here. They look nice and Christmassy. I'm just gonna make a nice beautiful mess because you know what? It's decoration time. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of the red sprinkles on, green sprinkles on, and those sprinkles on. This is something that you guys can really do with your kids. All right, this is absolutely perfect. I use a total of 1, 2, 3 scoops. That's 60 grams of protein, guys. 60 grams of protein, and out of all of that, all you get is 15 carbs. Are you kidding me? Who's not gonna absolutely crush this after that? This is gonna be wonderful. Let me help you start this year correctly, guys. There is no reason for you to mess up on your diet. You got all of the yummy goodness. We got cakes, we got candies, we have cookies on a diet, and it's not threatening your waistline at all. This is how we do it. Why? Because Rock Solid has cracked the code. There's no reason for FOMO, and so you can stick to your diet, guys, because we have figured out how to do it. I'm just gonna give this a quick little bite. What I love about it is that it's crispy on the outside and it's nice and chewy. Excuse me, I'm talking with my mouth full. It's nice and chewy on the inside. Perfect sweetness. This is a protein cookie, guys, so it's not exceptionally sweet. You don't want that. That's not what you want. You don't want that insulin spike. This is perfect. This is exactly what you need to add to your arsenal. Scroll down to the bottom. Take this recipe for a test drive. Hit us back and let us know what you thought. For the Fusion Fit Nation, I'm Sean Taylor. I'm going to enjoy this cookie. I'll see you guys at the gym.